We're gonna make some quinoa today. First thing we got, some onions in the pan. We're gonna put some oil in the pan. A lot of oil in the pan. Next we got all kinds of things on the plate, like mushrooms and asparagus to start. Now we're kicking quinoa. It's already in the pot, waiting to boil, 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 boil. Boiling, boiling, boiling. Alright, so we have right here is a quinoa volcano. Quinoa volcano, about 7-8 minutes in. Quinoa volcano. This is when you want to take your spoon and give it a little bit of a twist. Look at that chunky, chunky quinoa. It's almost done now. Just a few more minutes. Alright. Alright, so we're going to start with the onions here. Add a little bit of oil. I like to make a smiley face when I make my oil. There's 2 eyes and a smile. Whoa! Not that much oil. We don't need too much. That's even more than I need, but I like oil. That's probably because one of my best friends, right here, Paola, she's one of my best friends, and she likes to put oil on everything. This is steak seasoning. She even put some oil in there. We'll probably add steak seasoning to this in just a minute. And one of the keys to cooking real good quinoa is to use the same spoon that you've been using for the quinoa to make your extra stuff that you're putting in. Okay, that's very important. So we're going to put all that extra oil, rub it around the pan, and then we're going to empty some into the sink, and we'll be right to go. Ready and ripe. Alright, so now we're back. Everything's looking good. One of the things a lot of people really think and forget is that you should never wash your vegetables. I'm going to be adding some mushrooms, which are actually very dirty, and it's good. I picked them earlier this morning right from the ground, and I don't wash them because no matter if you get them at a supermarket, a farmer's market, wherever, you don't want your vegetables clean. You gotta keep them real dirty. That's the flavor. The flavor comes from the dirtiness. Okay, we're almost ready to add our quinoa to this, but first I'm going to put some asparagus. Again, keeping it dirty. My hands are clean, but my vegetables are dirty. Alright, we'll add a little bit more. There's our quinoa sitting. It's excited. It's ready to go in. Just a moment, quinoa. We'll help you out. Okay, putting that in. We have just a couple more. And then we're going to be good to put the quinoa in. But I want to get this all nice, dirty, and warm. DW. Dirty, warm. Okay. Mixing it up, mixing it up. I'm using one of Paula Dean's spools. Like I said again, she's one of my bestest friends. And my very bestest friends. And we hang out a lot. She's always giving me new things to try, and I've really fallen in love with this spoon. It's one of the best. It's got a nice weight to it, a nice deep, so you could actually use this as a single serving and just put this on the table and then use a smaller spoon to drink out of it. Or, of course, you can lift it to your mouth and drink straight from the spoon. You hear that crackling sound? That sound means that the vegetables are fresh. Those are the fresh particles popping, and the fresh particles popping, yep. Okay, so now we're about ready to add our quinoa, which is actually a French word because quinoa was discovered in France about 15 years ago. It was growing on the side of a hill in a cave, as it does, and the French guy saw it, and he said, "Wow, look at that." We'll call that quinoa. So we're gonna add it in here. Just kind of a special dump. See how I'm adding that? Just like a special little dump. You don't want to burn the quinoa now. You just want to dump it. And now we're going to mix all this together. And you can tell the quinoa is fresh because it's making the same kind of fresh crackles that we had with the vegetables. So now we're just mixing it all together, okay? Real fresh, you know? I did get this actually shipped in from France just yesterday, and then I kept it fresh by doing what you should do with quinoa, which is keep it someplace in your bathroom, someplace cool, someplace that will be sure to keep the quinoa at its freshest. So now I'm just going to mix it all together, and I'll see you in just a moment when we start to try it out. Alright, so what we've added here is a little bit of Creole sauce, and some beautiful capers, as well as caper juice, and some Paula Deen steak sauce. And here's what it looks like now. Let's give it a taste. I always like to give my honest opinions on these things because I make them myself. It's a little warm, but I'll still have a taste. So good.